I'm Amy. I am an autistic teacher, parent, and parenting coach on a mission to make homeschools and workplaces safer and gentler for all neurotypes. Welcome. If you are an adult with autism, welcome. If you are an adult potentially querying whether or not you have autism, welcome. If you are an adult without autism, but you have some small autistic humans in your life, welcome. Everyone is welcome. All that is required of you is to not be a bigot and not be ableist. So hooray. I'm autistic. And so here what I'm going to do is talk about things that make it easier for my life with autism. I think a big part of understanding my neurodivergence is understanding that stuff is hard for me. And sometimes the stuff that's hard for me is not hard for other people. And that's okay. Those, two things can be true. Something can be hard for me that is not hard for you. The problem is when you then decide that is not hard for anyone, and so I must be something wrong with me. Right? So different things are hard for different people. And some things are hard for me. And when there's something that is hard for me that I recognize that my spoons are getting really low, then I take a break. And that's my number 2 thing. You're not here to be like the horse from Animal Farm, where you just say, I must work harder, I must work harder, I must work harder. You're not here for that. You're not here to do that. You're here to be a human. I cried so hard when I read that book because I just so related to that horse character. And it just made me super sad that that was his only thought was I need to work harder. And that was, I really, really related to that. That was very much that's very much my thought as well, is I must work harder. And it took me until very recently to say, no, that's not what you're here for, Amy. You are here to be a human. We forget our humanity sometimes when everything becomes a task. And I think especially for us neurodivergent folk, for whom a lot of things are work, we forget that we aren't here to just work. So things like social events, family gatherings, any kind of party or friend thing, even though I might have enjoyed it afterwards, is work. I'm going to unlearn the messages that I got about what is hard and what isn't. If it's hard for me, then it's hard. So I'll tell you some of the things that are hard for me. Pretty much anytime I leave the house is hard for me because I have to remember my keys. I have to remember my birds to make sure they're okay. I have to remember my purse and my wallet. And I have to remember whatever other items. So for example, if I'm going to the gym, I have to bring my giant water bottle. If it's a place where I have to bring forms, then I have to bring forms. And that's all hard. If I have to bring my kids, that's a million times as hard because then they all are on their own journeys about all of this as well. So, and I've got one kid for whom that is also a very hard thing, is leaving. So it's me and one kid that are having a hard time, and then one kid that has an easy time of it. And just, whatever, they're just whatever. So that's an example of something that's hard. Another hard thing for me is waiting in a line. I hate waiting. First of all, I hate it. So before I had a car, when I was in university and as a young adult, I would walk almost any distance to avoid waiting a short while for the bus. If it was super cold weather and if there was a heated place to wait for the bus or the train, then I would. And I would, or if it was super far away and I couldn't walk there myself. But yeah, if it was take a bus to the train to a bus to my destination, I would usually walk to the train and take the train and then walk to the destination. And I would walk several kilometers a day because I just got so sick of it. I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to wait for any buses. So I hate waiting, and I hate especially waiting in line because it adds like weighting to being around a bunch of people that I don't want to be around. And sometimes they stand too close and I don't like that. So another challenge for me is loud noises. And so, no, God. I have like a weird relationship with my body as well. So just FYI. Amy, this is normal for me, FYI. So far we have hard things. We have breaks. I give myself a break and I usually lay in bed because I don't want to sit up or stand up during a break because my body potentially lacks tone. There's some thought that autistic people have like less core tone than non-autistic people. And so that makes like sitting up straight like more taxing. Not that we can't do it. I'm literally doing it right now. Okay, look at my amazing posture. Okay, I'm trying to like make my shoulders even but it's backwards. Okay, so I've got pretty decent posture, but it just is expensive for me. So I usually lay in bed on my belly and watch a show and play a computer game or just chill. And I call it when I've got my kiddos there and I need a break. I call it a mommy break. I said, I need a mommy break. Okay, so I usually will let them have like a preferred activity. Like I'll say you can watch YouTube, you can watch Sniper Wolf on YouTube, or you can watch, whatever, Netflix, and you can have a snack, and just like, let me have a mommy break and I'll let you know when I'm back. And usually they don't care because they're doing a preferred. So that's my second tip for myself is like, it's okay to offer family members a preferred activity or snack or food if it means that you can be more balanced and more kind of grounded. So that's me taking a break. And I just have to let go of myself being June Cleaver and that I'm not always tidying up and cleaning and cooking and organizing the house and doing laundry and doing this and this and this or helping the kids with their homework or blah, 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 is they can manage a lot of that themselves. And I can manage to do it when I have the spoons to be able to do it. But it's not going to be all the time. And I'm not going to put on a show. I'm not going to put on what I perceive to be a good, like, mom show. I'm just going to be myself. Ultimately, my kids are both AFAB, and I don't want them to internalize the notion that this is what it's like in an AFAB body as a grown-up, is you are spending your life in service to other people. So I say, screw it, good enough is, and I'm going to take a break. What is a need to have and what is a nice to have? Those would be another way of thinking about it too. And if there's a need to have, then to prioritize that. And it doesn't matter if it's something that seems silly to other people or to you from internalized ableism. That's okay. If it seems silly, but if it is necessary for you to be well, then it is necessary and then it needs to be prioritized. So for me, it's the kitchen. Probably for a lot of people, it's the kitchen. Kitchens are hard. I know I struggle to work if I know the kitchen is messy. I struggle to even get out of bed if I know I'm getting up to a messy kitchen, and that sucks. So a lot of people, it might be worth it to do a kitchen routine at bedtime if you have the spoons for it at bedtime. And if not, just to say, you know what, Amy, or whatever your name is, don't say Amy if it's not your name. You know what? You're going to be okay. Yes, ideally you would have done it yesterday, but oh well, we don't live in an ideal world. We live in the real world, TM. We live in a world where we run out of spoons before we run out of tasks. And that is just the way it goes. And I can adjust my spoonage and my taskage in order to prioritize the tasks that really are the most meaningful for me. But I'm also just a regular human person and it's hard. So prioritize the tasks and don't just be doing stuff just because you think you should be doing it. And then the next thing would be to just like give myself grace and give myself permission to not. To think, wow, I could be doing that right now, but I'm gonna not. because I don't feel like it, or because I don't want to, or because I don't have the spoons. Permission to not. So here you go. Here's your permission to not. I like that. Maybe I'll make a t-shirt that says that. I have permission to not. Yeah, you have permission to not. If that is an uncomfortable feeling for you, that's okay. That doesn't mean it's something wrong. It just means that as a concept is unfamiliar to you and that you potentially haven't explored it. I don't want to waste my spoons on doing stuff that I don't want to do. That doesn't need to be revolutionary. And yet, here we are. I also give myself permission to feel good. I give myself permission to not, and I give myself permission to feel stressed and feel bad. And I also give myself permission to feel good. If something feels good, I give myself permission. I bought a pack of stickers from Amazon because I wanted to. Because I like it. And it's such a cute little fluffy puppy. And so I put stickers on everything. And I gave my kids a bunch of stickers to stick on stuff. Because I wanted to. So there's permission to and permission to not. The more we can give ourselves permission just to be who we are, as we are, where we are, the less struggle there will be. There are lots of things that don't need to be battles, and you can just let them be not battles for yourself or for your kids. I give myself permission to have special interests. I give myself permission to get full on, like full geeky fandom on for some stuff. Yellow Jackets. It's the other one. Oh my God. Freaking obsessed. Obsessed. And now low key, I'm like, cause I heard last year that it was coming out around, it's going to be coming out around this time. So I'm like, my brain is like, got like a pretty consistent channel, like a Yellow Jackets channel. If I wonder when seasons 2 is going to come out. If you have not seen it, oh my God, you guys, for real. Yellow Jackets is amazing. Plot driven and character driven. Like the characters are so good and the plot is amazing. And the like relationship between the storyteller and the audience is like so killer. And it's so much fun. It's just like such a fun, exciting storytelling. I just love it. I love it, you guys. Anyway. So yeah, that's the other permission to be in these geeky like fandoms. Why should I like a sports team? I don't care what a bunch of sweaty guys are doing and who has the most points. You know, not interesting to me. Honestly, it's just a lot of permission to be myself, which again, feels really basic. It feels super basic. And I feel like I'm not adding a lot of value in this video. I feel like I'm talking about a lot of stuff that is super, super, super ultra basic and uncritical and unmeaningful. And yet here we are, right? It's like, I like jujubes and I like Oreos and I eat them regularly. And I like going to the gym and I like being obsessed with Yellow Jackets and I like stickers. And none of these things make me like lesser of a human. Finding these little pockets of people that will support and honor who you are as an individual is also going to be part of it. If someone prefers that I act a certain way, no thank you. Finding pockets of people, finding your people. My friend who calls me Autism Amy, I text her sometimes and like, I miss you, I want to hang out. And then she'll be like, I miss you too. I want to hang out with you too. And then we're both like, but we don't have any energy to hang out with each other. And we don't have energy to plan it. And this all takes planning and it's all hard. And so we're just missing and loving each other from far away and saying, oh, I miss you, I love you from over here. I just find people whose like quirky goodness matches up with mine. And you just find your quirky people. I do stimmy stuff sometimes. And whatever, it is what it is. If that freaks someone out, then whatever. I don't know, I guess. It's not harming anyone. I'm super tired. I need to take a break. See? Take a break. It's important. Another thing is just to not have all the answers. I am not the ultimate autistic person. I'm just a regular person. Like, I don't have all the answers. And if someone is like, what about this? Then I'm like, yeah, sure, maybe. Who knows? It's hard to know. I guess accept your reality as subjective reality, maybe, because everybody's reality is subjective reality. And that includes neurotypicals. Your reality is subjective, neurotypicals. Truth hurts. And to accept being sensitive. I very, very strongly do not believe that sensitivity is something you get over. I do not believe that at all. You don't get over, you don't harden up. That's putting on a shell, and that's potentially causing yourself harm. There are things you can get less, like, big feelings about. Your feelings can go down as you start feeling more grounded, and as you start feeling more like within yourself and within your own power and who you are as a human. There are things that feel less on the surface to you, but I don't think we get over feeling sensitive. If someone says something mean to me, I feel that, and I feel hurt, and I feel sad. And I perseverate on it for a little while. And I'm not going to get over it. I mean, I will get over that thing, but I won't get over, like, that sensitivity, because it's not a childish thing. It's just a human thing. We want to care for other people, and it, like, hurts us to think that we have caused someone to react this way to us. And it hurts to feel rejected, and it hurts to feel like we did something wrong. So, no, I'm not going to stop being sensitive. I think the strategies that would make me less sensitive would be harmful to my mental health. So I'm going to say no to that. And I'm going to say yes to my wonderful sensitivity and to embrace who I am as a whole ass human. We got to be a bit functional within our sensitivity. We got to figure out a way to be functional in the world and in our lives. And in our sensitivity, we got to be functional. But you don't have to not feel things just because someone tells you you shouldn't. I think just a lot of permissions. I think just a lot of being kind to yourself. Just accepting where you're at and who you are and what's going on. And not being frustrated that you're not somebody else, that you were not born into a different brain or a different body or any of this. Just kind of accepting the way it is and knowing that you are loved and knowing that you are fine just as you are and that your brain is fine and that you can find strategies and you can find structures that will work for you. It's going to be okay. If you want to talk to me about any of this stuff, my links are below. You can book a discovery call with me. And we can chat about if you've got a parenting question, if you've got an autism question. We can chat. We'll figure it out. It's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And you are loved. Okay. I don't know, somewhat unexpected in terms of the dynamics. Are you done? Your tail is still in the frame. Okay, there, that's better. No, I think I'm just going to leave it. I think my point stands. I don't need to explain it anymore. Don't over-explain. Don't sell past the close. So hooray for that. Okay, so that was not alcohol. I don't know. I just did like a funny expression, and it just seemed like it was alcohol. And I'm just telling you it's not alcohol. Okay, hi. Welcome. I can't breathe all of a sudden. That's bad. Keep feeling things about that. There's the bird's foot. Okay, I need you to move. This is very close to the bird's butt. Hi. He's facing me now. Okay, your foot is in the way still, my friend. Dude, your foot is right in front of the camera. Yeah. No, you gotta move. You gotta move your foot. Come on. Be over here. Be somewhere. There. There. Okay. Must you? So hi, here we are. Anyway, those are things.